The clash between free speech and woke culture reached its boiling point when Elon Musk took center stage. In a world where narratives are tightly controlled, Musk didn't just challenge the rules, he shattered them. The media, often quick to silence opposing voices, found themselves face to face with someone who refused to back down. What followed was a battle of wit, power, and principle, as Musk exposed the cracks in the woke agenda.
So I think a lot of people thought when you bought Twitter that this is kind of an outlier. Like, how does this, what doesn't fit with these other things you're doing? I never thought that. Because I think you're dealing with big civilizational issues and problems, and I was right on your page. I think Twitter is one of them. I mean, you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Have you ever felt like something is off in how society deals with ideas and discussions today? It's almost like there's this invisible force stopping people from asking questions, challenging norms, or even just having open conversations. That invisible force is often called the woke mind virus. It's not just a buzzword, it's a serious cultural shift that's reshaping the way we live, work, and think.
In really apocalyptic terms. You should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus? And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
The woke mind virus thrives on two dangerous principles: rejecting merit and silencing free speech. Let's break this down. Meritocracy is the idea that people should succeed based on their talents, hard work, and contributions. It's what drives innovation and progress. But the woke ideology undermines this by promoting outcomes over effort. It says everyone should get the same results, regardless of what they've put in. Think about it. How can society grow if we punish excellence and reward mediocrity? When people can't aim for greatness, they lose the motivation to create, improve, or excel.
I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic, and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech. So, those are two of the aspects of the woke mind virus that I think are very dangerous. Is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things.
Even more troubling is the silencing of voices. The woke movement has built a culture where questioning the narrative is seen as an attack. It's not just about disagreeing anymore. It's about labeling people as enemies for asking why. Imagine living in a world where curiosity is treated as a crime. That's the world woke culture is building, one where the fear of being canceled outweighs the pursuit of truth.
Even the questioning is bad. So, another way to almost synonymous would be cancel culture. And obviously people have tried to cancel you many times.
This brings us to cancel culture. It's one of the most powerful tools of the woke ideology, used to control and punish anyone who steps out of line. The moment someone expresses a view that doesn't align with the narrative, the mob comes for them. Public shaming, boycotts, lost jobs, you name it. Cancel culture thrives on creating fear, and it doesn't discriminate. It targets people on all sides of the political spectrum, silencing genuine conversations and replacing them with a toxic cycle of outrage.
And it's interesting. People, you and I are both like in that little group of people. Maybe it's a bigger group now. Who are called conservative, who haven't really changed. I don't think of you as a conservative.
I'm definitely, I at least think of myself as a moderate.
The irony here is striking. Many who push this woke agenda claim to be fighting for equality and inclusivity, but their actions often do the opposite. Inclusivity doesn't mean shutting people out because they think differently. Equality doesn't mean tearing others down to level the playing field. And fairness doesn't mean forcing conformity. True progress comes from debate, diversity of thought, and yes, even disagreement. When these things are labeled as dangerous, society becomes stagnant. But there's more to this conversation than just the surface issues. The woke mind virus is a cultural shift with apocalyptic potential. That might sound extreme, but think about it. If this ideology continues to grow unchecked, what's the end game? A civilization where creativity, innovation, and freedom are things of the past. Societies don't thrive by suppressing their brightest minds or their boldest ideas. They crumble under the weight of conformity and mediocrity. What makes this even more alarming is how widespread it's become. The woke movement doesn't just operate on social media or in niche groups. It's infiltrated schools, workplaces, and governments. It's teaching younger generations that questioning authority is dangerous, that striving for excellence is oppressive, and that words are violence. If this continues, future generations may grow up too afraid to challenge the world around them, too timid to take risks, and too disconnected to understand the value of real progress. Now, it's important to address the obvious question: why does this matter so much? Because if the woke ideology wins, nothing else can move forward. Whether it's solving environmental crises, advancing technology, or building a better society, everything depends on a foundation of free thought and merit. Without those, civilization becomes stuck in a cycle of decline. This isn't about being conservative or liberal, it's about recognizing a threat to humanity's collective future. There are people from all political backgrounds who see this issue for what it is: a roadblock to real progress. Those who push back against the woke mind virus aren't trying to divide, they're trying to unite us around ideas that work. Merit, innovation, and freedom. They've always been the keys to a thriving society. Let's not lose sight of that.
X, you've become more political. Is there a part of you that regrets that?
Have I?
In this battle to sort of counterweigh the woke that comes from
I guess
San
if you
Francisco.
consider fighting the woke mind virus, which I consider to be a civilizational threat, to be political, then yes.
Politics has become a battleground, and in recent years, the line between personal beliefs and public stances seems blurrier than ever. For many, standing against woke culture isn't about choosing a political side. It's about defending values that matter, like open dialogue and meritocracy.
Well, then yes.
So basically going into the battleground of politics. I mean, is there a part of you that regrets
Yes,
that?
I don't know if this is necessarily sort of one candidate or another candidate, but it's I'm generally against things that are anti-meritocratic or where there's an attempt to suppress discussion.
The woke mind virus, as some call it, represents more than just a cultural trend. It's seen as a threat to foundational principles, a rebranded form of collectivist thinking that suppresses individual achievement and stifles discussion.
Where even discussing a topic is, not allowed. The woke mind virus is communism rebranded.
Well, I mean, that said, because of that battle against the woke mind virus, you're perceived as being right-wing.
The essence of the battle is clear. Merit should matter. There's something troubling about movements that prioritize group identity over individual ability or attempt to silence topics that some find uncomfortable.
If the woke is left, then I suppose that would be true. But I'm not sure. I think there are aspects of the left that are good. I mean, if you're in favor of, the environment, or, if you want to have a positive future for humanity, if you believe in empathy for your fellow human beings, being kind and not cruel.
This isn't about being left or right. It's about protecting the right to have conversations. Without fear, without labels, without being shut down. Discussion should be a place where ideas are debated, not where people are dismissed for simply having an opinion.
Cool. Whatever those values are.
You said that you were previously left or center left. What would you like to see in order for you to consider voting for Democrats again?
No, I would say that I would be probably left of center on social issues, probably a little bit right of center on economic issues.
Now, here's the twist that gets people labeled right-wing for fighting the woke narrative. Opposing these ideas doesn't mean rejecting everything associated with the left. In fact, many who criticize woke culture still value core leftist principles, like caring for the environment, kindness, and empathy.
It's true.
Yes, but I think that's probably, half the country. Isn't that?
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Are you and AOC secretly friends? Or bigger question, do you wish you and her and just people in general of all political persuasions would talk more and with empathy and maybe have a little bit more fun and good vibes and humor on?
These values are essential for humanity's future, but when those same principles get overshadowed by cancel culture or performative outrage, they lose their meaning.
Have a little bit more fun and good vibes and humor online.
I'm always in favor of humor. That's why we have a funny mode.
But good vibes, camaraderie, humor, like friendship.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know AOC.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people aren't as politically polarized as the media makes it seem. A significant chunk of the population is socially progressive but economically pragmatic. It's not about fitting neatly into one box or another. It's about balancing values with common sense. Unfortunately, today's political climate punishes nuance.
I've only been at one. I was at the Met Ball when she attended, and she was wearing this dress, but I can only see one side of it, so it looked like "Eat the Itch," but I don't know
what the rest of it said.
Yeah, something.
I'm not sure.
What if people from different sides could just talk? Imagine what it'd be like if humor, empathy, and camaraderie could bridge divides. Instead of hostility, there could be good vibes, real connections, and even laughter. Politics doesn't always have to feel like a fight. It could be a conversation.
Something about the itch. Eat the itch.
I think we should have a language model complete. What are the possible ways to...
That's what makes the culture war so frustrating. Fighting the woke ideology isn't about hate. It's about love. Love for the truth, love for fairness, and love for the freedom to think and speak. It's time to break free from the virus of division and rediscover what really matters. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into today's most important topics. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay curious, stay bold, and let's keep the conversation going.